Everybody, good morning, lifestylers around the world, no matter where you are. Welcome into the Health Talks training with PK. I'm here, guys. We're going to get into some great health information today. I know all lifestyles distributors, of course, are interested in improving their health. They're interested in building their wealth. And this training program is going to focus on good health, not only some fundamentals of good health, but also things that you can do at home to improve your health, and of course, working with the Lifestyles products. We're going to tie in products with these health trainings as we go along. As GMD Clarissa said, every month we're going to do a different topic on the Health Talks. A little bit different too, because what I want to do is give you some practical information, not only about how our products can help you, but other ways that you can improve your health and the health of your family, and of course, influence your friends to hopefully do the same thing. So very, very excited to be here on the first episode of this training. Really what we're going to talk about today is the foundations of good health. So that's our topic today. Let's take a look at what those foundations are. We've got, of course, these things that are very, very important to our health, and we're going to list them off here. There we go. All right, so you've got the foundations of good health here, and you can see this includes things like nutrition and your diet, okay? Now, within that category, we want to talk about supplements, and we're going to get into that a little bit later in the program today. So we've got nutrition, diet. Second foundation for good health is movement and exercise, right? So we're going to talk about the difference between exercise and movement and why you need to try to incorporate both of those into your life. The third foundation for good health is your emotional health, right? Your emotional health and, of course, stress management. That means managing stress. You know, we can't avoid stress. Everybody experiences stress, and it's really, really damaging to our health. We know that if you're under a lot of stress, it lowers your immune system. And I think a lot of people know that when they get sick, it's generally around the time when their body's under more stress. So we want to be able to manage our emotions. We want to be able to manage our stress levels. That's important. And the last foundation for good health is something that, a lot of people don't think about, but it's something that is an absolute superpower for good health, and that is sleep. And it is becoming so popular now. You've got people talking about sleep on TikTok and Instagram and all over the internet. You have now sleep experts talking about how important this is. But sleep truly is a superpower, and it's an amazing foundation for good health. So that's sort of the basics of it. Now I want to dig into each one of these a little bit deeper. So let's take a look at the first one, nutrition and diet. And this is really important to start with this because I think of all the things that we do, your diet and your nutrition and things that you're putting in your body have such a great effect on it. The first thing, of course, is calorie balance. That means, are you eating too many calories? Are you eating not enough calories? It's easy to find out which side of the equation you're on. All you have to do is look at your bill. And I know people love it when I say bill, and it's exciting to say bill when I'm in the Philippines. Everybody laughs, but it's a serious topic because if you've got too much bill, it means you're eating too many calories, right? So calorie balance is very, very important. One of the things that can help you with that is reducing simple carbohydrates. What I would like people to do is to focus more on protein. So that's meat, fish, dairy products, things that have protein, and less simple carbohydrates like sugars and cookies and things that are white. Like I always joke about anything you eat that's white, whether it's white rice, white flour, white pasta, white people, don't eat white people, very, very bad. But anything you eat that's white doesn't really have a lot of fiber, and it can be termed a simple carbohydrate. So you want to try and reduce the foods that you're eating that are white processed foods. Of course, you want to try and lower your sugar intake. Very important, and shift to more protein. So you should be eating approximately 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Now, that's not your current weight, that's your ideal weight. So let's say you weigh, 200 pounds, but you really want to weigh 180 pounds. You should divide that by 2.2 to get the kilograms, of course, right? And then multiply that by 1.5. That's the number of grams of protein you should have. Then, of course, it's easy to figure out how much protein you have. You can just go on the internet. You can figure out how much protein is in chicken and fish and pork and all of the great sources of protein. So try and reduce your sugar intake, reduce your simple carbohydrates, and add more protein to your diet. And again, the last topic here, of course, is quality supplements. No matter how good our diet is, we're going to have nutritional deficiencies. And by that, I mean certain vitamins and minerals will be deficient. Certain nutrients will be deficient in our diet. So one of the things we want to do is take a quality supplement that's going to help us eliminate nutritional deficiencies. That's where the Lifestyles products can come in to help you tremendously with your health. And we're going to dig into that in a few minutes. All right, let's take a look at the next foundation for good health. All right, we have movement and exercise. Now, the human body is designed to move. It's not designed to sit all day. As a matter of fact, a lot of researchers and exercise experts will tell you that sitting down all day is just as bad as smoking. Sitting is the new smoking, people. I'm sure you've heard this before, but it is true. Our bodies are designed to move. So if you have a desk job, this is not that hard. If you have a desk job, you set your phone timer for 45 minutes, and every 45 minutes, you get up out of your chair, you move around, you can walk around your office, your house, your apartment, wherever you live. Just get your body moving. It's so important because it helps burn calories, which helps get rid of the bill, but it also keeps your body active. It keeps your joints healthy. Movement is so important. Now, there's a difference between movement and exercise. Exercise is where you're challenging your body, whether you're running, whether you're cycling, whether you go to the gym, whether you really work out strenuously. That is really important to do that, to get your heart, keep your heart strong. We're going to talk about heart health, very important. So that's exercise, but you don't have to go to the gym to do that. All you've got to do is move your body. You can go up and down the stairs in your apartment, in your house, whatever. It's super easy to get your body moving and to stay active. And as you get older, I'm telling you, this is very important for the joints of your body so that you stay active, you stay fit, because your heart requires exercise. It wants you to challenge it. Your heart's a muscle and it wants you to challenge it. So exercise and movement is very important. Now, here's the other thing. It doesn't matter whether you're 30 years old, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old. It's never too late to start moving your body and exercising. So I don't want to hear anybody using the excuse, oh, I'm too old to do this, I'm too old to do that, because that is just a simple mindset change you need to do. You're never, ever too old to start moving, to start exercising. I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, I'm too old, blah, blah. No way. Get up, get moving. No matter what you do, it's going to be beneficial. Start slowly and work it up, right? So again, let's all get active. Let's all get moving. And it's a foundation of good health. All right, what do we got next for foundations? Okay, so the next system is emotional health and stress reduction. And this is really important because you've really got to be able to manage your emotions, manage your stress levels. We can't eliminate stress in our life. You see the slide here, stress-free zone. Boy, that's hard to find. If you can find that, let me know where that is. I'd like to show up to that place. But it is true that no matter what we're doing in life, for sure there's stresses, there's traffic, there's all these things that, can cause stress in our lives. And it's important to be able to, reduce stress. I'm going to tell you a great little way to do that in a second. But your emotional health is also very important because your emotions and your physical health are very connected. So if you're not feeling good emotionally, then of course that is going to have an effect on your physical health. There's no doubt about it. And conversely, if your physical health is bothering you, it's going to affect your emotional health, right? And we know people who are sick and they're not feeling well, it affects their emotional health. And, they're so connected that it's like a circle. You got to keep them both healthy, and it's really important to do that. So, you can practice stress reduction, and a great way to do that is something called box breathing, and it's super easy to do. You very simply, box breathing is where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold the breath for 4 seconds, you release the breath in 4 seconds, and then you pause for 4 seconds. Okay? So it's super easy. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, pause for 4. That's the box, right? 4 squares. So it's super easy. If you do this any time of the day, you can do it when you're in a jeepney. You can do it when you're on the subway. You can do it when you're in a car. You can do it anywhere. And if you do that box breathing, 4 by 4 by 4, 5 or 6 times, it will completely relax your body. It's a great thing to do. Nobody can even see you doing it. It's your own little secret, but it really helps relax your nervous system, calms your body down, and just gives you the opportunity to just relax and calm everything down. So important to do. The other thing that, I think a lot of people have started to realize is that when you worry about something, it really is health destroying. Worry is such a negative thing. And, I read somewhere that 95% of things you worry about never happen. Right? They never happen. And then if they do happen, they happen differently than the way you thought they were going to happen. And I think we've all learned this the hard way, right? You worry about something, you worry about it, and then you know what? It never happens. Or if it happens, it's not what you thought it was going to be. So just try to eliminate worries from your life. Try to practice box breathing each and every day. You can do it 3 or 4 times a day. Anytime you're feeling a little bit of stress, just go into the 4 by 4 by 4 breathing. It's going to help you tremendously. It's been proven that stress destroys vitamin C in your body. Okay, stress destroys vitamin C in your body. So this is damaging to your health. Stress reduces your immune system's ability to respond to viruses. And that's why, as I said earlier, people often, when they're under a lot of stress, all of a sudden they get sick. They get a cold, they get the flu, something happens. So stress really does play a damaging role in your body. The good news is there's a way to reduce stress, and there's ways to support your body with good nutrition to help battle against the negative effects of the stress that you might be experiencing. So with the box breathing, maybe we can get into that stress-free zone. Let's hope so. All right, let's take a look at the final foundation for good health, and that is sleep. Now, I have to tell you, this is a superpower. Sleep is the new superpower, and it's being talked about all over the internet. Everybody who's interested in health is talking about the importance of sleep. There's a very, very good reason why. When you're sleeping, your body is repairing, your brain is repairing, you're detoxifying your brain, you're detoxifying your body, your cells are regenerating. Sleep is so important. And what I find really funny is people who will tell you, oh, I don't need to sleep. I only sleep 4 hours a night and I'm fine. And I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, if you've got the attitude that you're going to sleep when you're dead, you're going to be dead a lot sooner, okay? Because sleep is a superpower for good health. We basically know that 99% of people need between 7 and 8 hours of sleep a night in order to have optimal health. It's so important. If you have a bad night's sleep, your blood sugar is higher the next day. Can you imagine that? If you have a bad night's sleep, your brain is not functioning at an optimal level the next day. So I have to just share with you how important sleep is and how important it is to have a good night's sleep. And there are really easy ways to do this. This is hard for people, but don't be on your phone before bed. Don't watch TV right before you go to bed. Never have a television in your bedroom, that type of thing. Try to relax before you go to sleep. By the way, a great little tip here is do box breathing just before you go to sleep, or do box breathing the moment you get into bed to calm your body down and get ready for a great night's sleep. So very, very important on that factor, but don't underestimate sleep. It is so important. It makes your body function better, and it's just such a foundation for good health. So let's talk a little bit about health span versus lifespan. And this is a really, really key thing. I love this concept because what we're trying to do at Lifestyles is we're trying to improve not only how long you live, which is your lifespan. That's really easy to understand, right? Your lifespan is how long are you alive? And we want that to be long, but we also want to improve your health span. And your health span is the point in the time in your life when you're healthy, when you're not on medication, when you can move your body, when your brain is functioning, when you can do whatever you want to do. And it's so important to maximize your health span because quality of life is really, really important, right? It's super important. You want to spend time when you get older with your grandkids and hopefully your great grandkids, right? So it's very, very important to focus on the things that make you healthy because we all want to live long, but I think we all want to live healthy, right? Like nobody wants to spend 20 years in a wheelchair and still be alive. They want to be active. They want to be vibrant. So health span is the thing we need to focus on. And that's what we're focusing on with Lifestyles. We're focusing on your health span, keeping you healthy as long as possible because when you're making income from Lifestyles, which you will do, you want to be healthy and happy and able to enjoy your lifestyle's income. The other thing about your health, and I say this all the time, is you cannot buy good health, but you can invest in it. Okay, let me repeat that. You cannot buy good health. Once you're sick, you cannot buy your health back. But every day you can invest in your health. You can make small investments, little things that help over the long term to keep you healthy and to keep you happy. And that's what we're going to try and do here with Lifestyles. And that's what all our distributors talk about is staying healthy for as long as you can. It's a great, great concept. All right, so let's take a look at the human body because when we're talking about foundations for good health, we have to talk about the body and what the body is made up of. And we know that the body is comprised of 8 main biological systems. There are others, but there are 8 main ones. You see them on the screen here. The thing that is important to understand here is that each one of these systems is dependent upon the other, right? So your immune system is dependent upon your digestive system, right? Your structural system is dependent upon your cardiovascular system. All of these things work together. The human body works as a complete unit, right? So it's very important to support all of the 8 biological systems for optimal health and longevity. Okay, so if we want to have a long lifespan and a long health span, we've got to be focusing and nourishing the 8 biological systems to keep us healthy and to keep us happy. So let's take a look at how intra can help with the 8 biological systems. So this is a great slide here. You're going to see how this rolls out as we go through it. But the product we're going to talk about today is Intra. And we're going to talk about Intra as a foundation product for good health. I always tell people, why do you take Intra? Intra is the foundation for good health. Intra supports the 8 biological systems. Intra helps all of the other Lifestyles products work better. It makes all of the other Lifestyles products more powerful when you take Intra first. The reason why? Intra supports the 8 biological systems. It gets your body ready for proper nutrition and good health and keeps everything going the way it should go. So let's take a look at the first biological system that Intra supports, right? And this is fantastic because what I'm going to show you here, Intra contains 23 botanical extracts. These extracts, all of them, various herbs, support different body systems. So what I'm going to show you is which of the botanicals support the cardiovascular system. Okay, so you see them here. They're listed here in the circle. Those are the botanicals that support the cardiovascular system of the body. On the bottom of the screen, you can see a picture of them. You can see licorice root. You can see the different botanicals that support the cardiovascular system. So when you're drinking Intra, you're drinking 23 herbs, but they're going to different parts of your body to work. And what they do is they strengthen and support the body system that is most weak. And all of us are different in which body system needs more support. You know, one person might need cardiovascular support. One person might need immune system support. One person might need digestive support. So when you're drinking Intra, it's going to those biological systems where you are most weak. That's why, you know, when I talk about Intra, I really talk about it at, Intra is not one product. Intra is 23 products in one bottle. Right? And that's what makes it so amazing. And that's why it makes it impossible to get Intra anywhere else. You can't go to a health food store and you'd have to buy 23 ingredients just to get what's inside one bottle of Intra, which would cost you 10 times more money too, by the way. So Intra is a great value. So there are the herbs that support the cardiovascular system. Let's take a look at the next system of the body, and you'll see the botanicals there that support the digestive system, right? You've got alfalfa, you've got capsicum, you've got all those botanicals. You see the picture along the bottom, ginger root, that support the digestive and the energy system, because your body makes energy from food. So that's why the digestive system and how you break down the nutrients in your body determines your energy level, right? And that's why if you put garbage in your body, you get garbage out. If you put good things in your body, you get great energy out of your body. So Intra will help you maximize the energy you're getting from the food that you're eating. And hopefully you're eating good food, and then you can maximize your energy. Okay, so that's the digestive system. Let's take a look at the next one. Our third biological system is the elimination system. Well, this is very important too because toxins build up in your body. So you can see here that you need to eliminate toxins from your body. And the herbs in Intra help detoxify the body. Okay, and this is really important. Probably most of you have noticed this. When you get a new customer for Intra, they start using the product, they get a headache, they might have diarrhea, they might have a skin rash. This is all detoxifying. And so you're getting the toxins out of your body, you're supporting the liver function, all those botanicals you see there help your body to cleanse. And the cleansing process is in progesterone in women. You need to keep your hormone balances optimal as you age. As we get older, our hormone levels decrease, and we want to keep them high. We want to keep them strong. And the hormonal function of the body is super important. You can see we've got 2 herbs that will target and support and strengthen the hormonal system of the body. All right, let's take a look at number 5. What do we got? Oh, this is a big one, the immune system. This is super duper important. You know, we just went through, well, it's been 5 years now, the pandemic. People remember how important it was to keep your immune system healthy. Well, I have to tell you, COVID is still out there. The flu is still out there. Colds are still out there. Viruses, bacteria, all these things that are trying to invade our body. We need to keep our shield strong. And the immune system is the shield that keeps the body strong and protects it from bacteria and viruses. So we know that stress reduces the immune system. Poor nutrition reduces the immune system. Lack of exercise, all of these things reduce the immune function. There are botanicals in Intra. I love the 4 you see here. I love reishi mushroom. All of these botanicals that support the immune system. We know people who take Intra get sick less, right? We know people who take Intra, they get sick less. They report fewer colds, flus, better health. all of this type of thing. So really, really, really important to keep the immune system strong. It's one of my favorite systems of the body, and it's one of my favorite things that Intra supports and strengthens, because it's one of the ones that people notice the most, right? It's amazing. All right, number 6, what do we got here? The 6th biological system, the nervous system. Very important. You know, people say, oh, I'm so nervous, or my nerves are frazzled and I'm stressed and everything. Stress really affects the nervous system. The nervous system impacts your body's health. One of the great ways to protect your nervous system is to use Intra. You've got botanicals that support it. And don't forget your box breathing every day. It will keep your nervous system under control. It'll help your body just relax and calm down. And it's so noticeable when a person has a relaxed nervous system. It just makes it so much better. And it actually does help you live longer, and it helps you live healthier. So nervous system is important in your body. Okay, number 7. What do we got for number 7? Reproductive function. Okay, so if you're in your reproductive years, we support you with 2 botanicals that are great for the body. We've got so many people report they're trying to have a family. They take Intra. It helps. It's great. It does work. It's amazing. Reproductive function is obviously very important. None of us would be here if it wasn't important. Okay, so super duper. We've got 2 herbs there that really, really help with their reproductive function. And blood flow is a big part of that. So that's why capsicum really helps in that fashion. So that's really a positive for a lot of people. All right, system number 8 of the biological systems, our last one. Oh, the structural and function. And this system is very, very important. This is keeping your muscles, your bones, and your tendons and your ligaments, the whole structure of your body strong. Okay, we know that things like Chinese pearl barley can help reduce arthritis. We know that some of the 3 herbs in Intra you see here on your screen, they can help keep your joints healthy. We hear it all the time. People have joint pain, they take Intra, they keep taking Intra, eventually their joint pain subsides, they get relief. It's really, really cool. I love the way it works. We get people moving, we get their joints moving again. Really, really important. And that's why Intra and regular exercise and movement and walking really help keep your joints healthy and strong. So, I mean, I love this slide. You know, if you've got a phone in your pocket right now, just please take a picture of this slide, because it's amazing. It really is cool to realize that when you're taking Intra, you're getting 23 herbs that are supporting and strengthening all of these 8 biological systems. And that's why no matter who you are, whether you're man, woman, child, whatever it is, you're going to receive a benefit from Intra, because it's going to go to whichever one of these 8 systems is weak. And these herbs that you see here are going to strengthen and support your body. Doesn't happen in 5 minutes, doesn't happen in 5 days. It's going to take time. You got to take Intra consistently for at least 30 days so that it can start to strengthen and support and lift up the system that you are weak in. But I promise you, and we guarantee you, if you take Intra consistently, you will feel better. Okay, so that is the amazing thing about Intra. This is how it works. Please remember these great foundations for good health. Try to practice them in your daily life.
Hi, Sir Paul. And so I recently had surgery and I'm almost 2 months into my recovery now. So I know a lot of others are also going through their healing. So I just wanted to ask, how can the products help support recovery and healing for people like us? So
Oh, wow.
also,
Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
also, are there like certain foods or lifestyle changes that you could recommend that could help us heal better and get our strength back?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you so much. I mean, I talk about that, Sari. Thank you. That's fabulous. Yeah, the thing that is really, really, really important for recovery from surgery is Nutria Plus. It is so crucial to get Nutria Plus in because of tissue repair and regeneration, which is one of the things I talk about with Nutria Plus. So that means, you know, when you've had a surgery, obviously, you know, you've probably had an incision in your body, you've had things happen in your body, and your body needs to heal, right? It needs to heal. And the most important product for you right now is Nutria Plus. You've got to be taking, I would recommend 6 a day, 2 at each meal, 3 times a day. And that's your foundational product for healing. I want you to add Intra on top of that for the antioxidants that they both provide. But if you only had to choose one, you'd have to take 6 Nutria Plus a day. Super important because it helps tissue repair and regeneration. And that is, in essence, very simply said, that is the healing process. That's what you need to go through. Now, if your budget allows, for the next 2 months, I would have additional vitamin C and additional zinc as a bonus to what you're taking in the Nutria Plus just for the next 60 days to help your body boost up its healing, and then continue with the Nutria Plus Obviously, the same thing with Guada. I said, sleep is very, very important for you. So make sure you're getting your foundational rest. But intra, in addition to the Nutria Plus, is very, very important for good sleep. Okay, I mean for good recovery and good tissue repair and regeneration. We did some work on with Nutria Plus when we developed it, and we looked specifically at the ability for Nutria Plus to help the cells of the body to heal after damage. And we showed that it has a dramatic impact on the healing of the body. But in your case, because of your surgery, I would boost you up to 6 a day and do that. If budget allows, add some vitamin C, add some more zinc for the next 60 days. And I'm telling you, you are going to feel so much better after that.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Sir Paul and Ma'am Clarissa, and to all the people who are watching around the globe, good morning. Once again, I'm ACPL Claveria from Quezon Province. I am a survivor of kidney cancer because of lifestyles products. And I need to take good care of my kidneys and need to closely monitor them through the regular laboratory test. Now, my questions are, how will the lifestyles products help me maintain normal levels of blood sugar, cholesterol, creatinine, protein, uric acid, and all the things that a kidney patient should watch out for? And other than lifestyles products, are there any dietary changes that I should consider?
Yeah, great question, Sakil. We get that question a lot regarding kidney issues, and let me tell you that all of the things you mentioned there are going to be benefited by Lifestyles products. So we've got CardioLife, which is going to help keep your blood pressure under control, which is super important for kidney patients to keep your blood pressure under control. So you're going to have the nutrients in CardioLife are going to help you keep your blood pressure under control. Nutria Plus and Intra are going to provide the antioxidants and the vitamins and minerals to keep your body strong and supportive, right? So that the kidneys can function properly, can function normally. This is a situation where every Lifestyles product is going to be beneficial to you. How is FiberLife going to help you? It's going to help keep your blood sugar low. You mentioned to me, you want to keep your blood sugar low. You want to keep your blood pressure low, right? So all of the products are going to be extremely, extremely beneficial for you in supporting good, proper kidney function. Now, it's important to take each of the products to help your kidneys. Also, you need to increase your fluid intake, your water intake. Really, really important for kidney function, to flush the kidneys out, to keep the kidneys working properly. So you need to focus on hydration, right? Which is drinking. I want you to be drinking more water, not coffee, not tea, water, right? And I don't want you drinking anything with sugar in it. Very important from a dietary lifestyle standpoint to reduce your sugar. And you're not going to like this, okay? This is going to be bad news for you. But you're going to want to need to reduce your red meat consumption, your processed meat consumption, and you're going to want to reduce your salt and your sugar, okay? So red meat, processed meat, salt, sugar, down, okay? All Lifestyles products every day, take them to support your kidneys. Increase your water intake, very, very important to help flush your kidneys. And focus on fresh fruits and vegetables. That is a fundamental thing for your diet. You're going to have to eat more chicken, more fish, less red meat. I'd like you ideally no red meat at all, no processed meat. You've got to have a really good button-down diet. It's got to be healthy. It's got to be nutritious. And when you're taking all of the Lifestyles products, I just pointed it out that every single one of them is going to benefit you in a way that's positive for your kidney function. So you look fantastic. It seems that you're healthy. It seems that you're doing great. We want to keep you healthy. We know that the antioxidants in Intra and Nutria Plus, when you take them together, are very powerful. Antioxidants help keep your body's cells healthy. So the cells of your kidneys are going to stay healthy and stay functioning when you're using these products, along with all the other dietary stuff, that I just mentioned. And I want you, please check your blood pressure for me this week. I want to make sure your blood pressure, you're going to want to make sure, and your doctor is going to want to make sure your blood pressure is normal, okay? So it's super important that you do that. Please, if you don't know your blood pressure, I want you to check it. It's a great message for everybody, by the way. When we talk about CardioLife, we talk about heart health and we talk about blood pressure. And a lot of people don't even know that they have high blood pressure because they never measure their blood pressure. So I would like everybody out there this week to please get your blood pressure checked. A lot of times you can do it in a pharmacy, doesn't cost any money. You can go to a clinic, it's easy to do, but just get your blood pressure checked because it's really, really important, especially for somebody like yourself who's got kidney challenges. Blood pressure is important. So but all the products are going to really, really help you. And the better your diet is, the better it's going to make the products work in your body, because they're all going to work together to support those 8 biological systems again that are going to help your overall health. So remember, the kidneys are part of the elimination system, right? So it's very, very important to make sure that you use Intra Nutria Plus on a daily basis. So